Okay, some members of the Labour Party this week have said that HS2 might well be shelved should they come to power. Why do you think it should go ahead?
Well, I think the first thing just to answer that is I'm not sure they're saying it should be shelved. I think what Ed Ball's been saying is he wants to look at the costs. I don't think anybody's saying that this is not a good project. And I mean, from my point of view, looking at the project, it is going to bring something to the UK which it's never had before. It's going to bring communities closer together, economic communities closer together.
We've talked about the cost. We've initially had a figure of 34.2 billion. That's gone up to 42.6 billion. There's talk of 7.5 billion on rolling stock. Are people going to be able to afford to use this? And I don't just mean business people.
Sure.
I mean, will people be able to get to places for leisure?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, what the thing's been modelled on so far is the same price as you would pay on the West Coast Main Line. So there is no difference there. You're not having to pay more to go on a high-speed train.
In terms then of the real benefits to the country, there's been talk that this will be disruptive, it'll take years to complete. Will people see a tangible benefit to this country's economy when this comes in?
Yeah, well, I think they will see a tangible benefit. I don't think they need to wait for it to come in. We are actually working very closely now with all the local authorities along the route that are getting stations. And what we're looking at there is that Liverpool, Manchester, Birmingham are actually taking forward their regeneration plans around the stations forward now. So some of the benefits, and we saw this if you take case studies, for example, in Lyon and Lille, which exactly the same type of things happen. The actual benefits of high-speed rail were being found 5 to 10 years before it actually opened and it was in operation. Because of the expectation that high speed can bring to an economy, things were happening 5 to 10 years before the high speed was in operation.
And this is going to shave journey times quite significantly. But in this day and age, how important is that to people? People can now work on the trains,
Sure.
You can get your emails sent to your phone. Do you really need to be in London 40 or 50 minutes earlier than you would?
I think the speed is the least important benefit out of this. And I think we're called High Speed 2. I think that's a kind of misnomer. We should be called something else. I think the big benefits of this are increased capacity on the existing railway lines. And particularly when you look at Liverpool with the deep water container port opening, the more slots for freight, for example, from Liverpool. So the first is capacity on the existing line, and the second is all the growth, economic growth that will come around that. And we just released a study that KPMG did a couple of weeks ago, and basically that's showing something like 15 billion per annum extra money into the economy because of this. And in Liverpool, before we've even done a lot of that work, it's about 400 million a year just with the railway. Then you've got to add on that the benefits of the capacity and all the regeneration that's going to happen in the city centre because you've got this high-speed link, not only to London, but to the rest of the UK, and particularly also up to my homeland, to Edinburgh and Glasgow.